The South Louisiana fabrication industry is known for constructing some of the most massive modular projects on the planet, and Berard has ensured these projects safe delivery to their worksite destination since 1945. This Coldbox transport for Bechtel Corporation was no different. Bechtel commissioned Berard's years of experience in multimodal shipping, along with their latest advances in heavy transportation technology, to export this precious cargo. The scope involved loading this 1,300-ton Coldbox measuring 103 feet long by 48 feet wide by 122 feet high onto an ocean-going ro-ro or roll-on, roll-off vessel for shipment overseas. Since the waterfront fabrication site did not have sufficient water depth to accommodate the deep draft ship, Berard was tasked with designing a plan to deliver the cargo onto the ocean vessel for final delivery. The Berard engineers quickly went to work conducting bathymetric surveys of the loading site, determining an ocean-going flat-deck barge would be suitable to receive the cargo at the loading site and barge to a nearby deep-water location. Berard then delivered a plan using 80 axle lines of self-propelled modular transporters, or SPMTs, to lift and transport the Coldbox from the fabrication area to the bulkhead and then roll onto the deck barge. Once on the barge, the engineers had to secure the massive overheight cargo to transport in open Gulf of Mexico waters to the deepwater Port Fourchon. Once at the deepwater port, another challenge presented itself: transferring 1,300 tons from a floating barge to a floating ship. Berard engineers determined the most time-efficient and cost-effective option would be to drive the massive cargo directly from the barge onto the ship. After all aspects of the project plan were calculated and double-checked, including equipment selection, certifications, and design checks, the green light was given to proceed. Berard went to work assembling the SPMTs at the fabrication site, and by the end of the first day, the Coldbox was lifted and moved to the waterfront. Early the next morning, Berard positioned the barge in place, ballasted to the proper height, and moored into position using specially designed winch trucks. The operator carefully rolled the cargo onto the barge, while the ballast supervisor monitored and adjusted the height of the barge accordingly. A few hours later, the cargo was set on the load spreader beams. Overnight, securing of the Coldbox commenced as per the pre-engineered plan. At daylight, the tugboats departed for Port Fourchon, Louisiana, where upon arrival, the barge was again moored in place with winch trucks. A ramp was welded between the barge and ship, bridging the 20-foot gap between vessels. SPMTs were again assembled and positioned beneath the cargo. Once all lashings were detached, the SPMTs raised the load and rolled it towards the stern of the barge. At the crossover point, all communication was checked and the load progressed from the barge to the ship, taking only 45 minutes for the entire load to be placed safely in position. This challenging project was a great accomplishment for the team and showcased the level of quality and commitment to detail that Berard always strives to provide.